The Chaunce Hayden Show is sponsored by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to Stitcher.com/GFQ. Location provided by Sapphire New York. Visit them at nysapphire.com.
You think you have me all down, you think me have me, I will always be one step ahead.
Don't hurt me, for real. Ah! Ah! Look at her teeth! No, she has fangs! I'm not even kidding! Ah! 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 Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God! Are you insane? Hey everybody, welcome to the Chaunce Hayden Show, broadcast from the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club in New York City. One of the, probably the greatest gentlemen's club in the world, the most beautiful women in the Boom and Carton VIP room. And we're back another week with another great guest. Actually, I think our only guest in the last couple of weeks because everybody keeps canceling on us. But you showed up, and that's such a big deal. I want to introduce, I am a big fan. So Lexi Love, to have you on the show is pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool to be here.
And to have someone that looks so much like Britney Spears, because that is my ultimate fantasy, is to meet Britney Spears. And I feel like I'm kind of meeting her by talking to you, because that's how much you look like Britney Spears.
Wow.
You've probably never heard that before.
Oh, no, never.
No, nobody ever says. It's amazing how much you look like Britney Spears.
Thank you. I get Anna Faris, too. The guy at my wine shop, he will not believe me that I'm not Anna Faris. And I came in with one of my famous friends who's a well-known actor the other day, and he recognized him, and he's like, "You're definitely Anna Faris." And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Shut up, Anna. Stop lying to people." I'm like, "I'm going to kill you."
But you sound like her a little bit, too.
I mean, I don't know. I get told that in Britney Spears a lot.
You notice you have the Britney Spears eyes. Mm-hmm. I mean, identical. So when you're on the street, do people sometimes say to you, "Hey, Britney"? Like, do you hear that?
I've had people just stare, and I'm not sure if they recognize me from the movies, or like sometimes people be like, "I know you from somewhere," and so I'm like, "You've just watched a lot of adult films, or you think I'm Britney Spears or Anna Faris." Like it's just
that would freak me out because those are such different things to be known for. Mm-hmm. And if I was like, we just went to Starbucks before the start of the show. Mm-hmm. And I was watching people watch you. People were looking at you. And I said, I wonder if they're just horny people that, watch our movies. Mm-hmm. Or are they, people that just know Britney Spears and know that that's Britney Spears.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My girlfriend's like, "Do you feel like people are staring at you when you go out?" And I'm like, "They are." She's like, "Whenever I go out with you, it's like people are always staring." Yeah. I'm like,
well, it could be just that you're beautiful.
Well, thank you.
You're pretty hot.
Thank you.
So is Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And so is Anna Faris.
Yeah.
But then so is Lexi Love.
Yeah.
Lexi Love.
You. Lexi Love.
Lexi Love.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I just smile at people. Now, like if somebody's like really like staring at me, I'm like, "Hi." I kind of like try to diffuse them because then I feel awkward. I'm like, okay.
But the thing, you're obviously what you're famous for is your adult films.
Exactly.
You're like, we were watching some of your films before the start of the show. Mm-hmm. You're hardcore. Like you don't mess around. Like you just look so innocent and so sweet, and you're so mild mannered and and soft spoken. But come on, like you won awards, the ABN awards. They're big, right? They're like the Academy Awards for porn stars.
Right.
You've won awards for like doing some of the most outrageous things on film.
I mean, yeah. Well, actually, I've been nominated. I've never won, but.
And how to get you? See, we want the winner. Why is she on the show? No, exactly. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, for a while, I was probably one of the top 3 most hardcore, girls in the industry. It's acting. I mean, it's like stunt work. I said it was sexual stunt work.
Listen, I get the acting part, but what we saw, it's more than you're the greatest actress in the world. This all right. How can we talk about it without getting too graphic? Okay. There's something that you do that I've always been fascinated with that involves not urinating, but kind of like urinating, right? Yes, exactly. You do, and you do that so well.
Mm-hmm.
What is that stuff? Like, what is it? We've asked that question on the show before. What the hell is it?
It's cum. It's female ejaculation.
It is. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
So but some women don't do it at all.
I mean,
Or we can't do it.
you have to be like pretty relaxed and very comfortable.
Right.
You know, sometimes like before I knew how to squirt or
Right.
was like relaxed enough to do it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna pee. Stop. I gotta go to the bathroom. So I get up and
Right.
I go to the bathroom. Now, if I actually do have to pee, I can't squirt.
Well, you can't do both at the same time.
Well, I
but
want to do both at the same time.
how great would that be? That would be like a whole movie in itself. But all right. So one's different than the other, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it just means you have to be very turned on to do
Mm-hmm.
the script. But so then it's not really acting. If you do that on camera, then
Well,
you're really excited.
Well, I can control it though, and like with your orgasms, right?
Right.
You can control when you come and when you don't come.
I cannot control that.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Some people can.
It's embarrassing.
Okay.
It's humiliating, actually.
Aw.
30 seconds.
That's it. 3
Done.
jump.
Done. I get up. Do you know, every morning since I was in 7th grade, I've never missed a morning. Every single morning since 7th grade.
Wow.
And it takes like 10 seconds. Literally takes 10
But
seconds.
that's you doing you.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you.
Like,
can,
how do people, I don't even know how people control it. I don't even know how you would not do it in 10 seconds.
oh.
So I would have trouble being a porn star.
Okay. Yeah. Like it's all like body work, body control. Like the other day, I got salt in my eye. I scrub off with salt in the shower, and I'm like, okay, so if I don't blink my eye a lot, then I won't get a lot of moisture in it, and I'm not going to tear up, and I can
Muscle
get this
control.
out. So yeah, so you just have to control it and think about it. It's all about control, you know.
Obviously, okay.
But now,
what you do, you do great.
Thank you.
How does a girl like you, who, and we were talking about this earlier, you worked for Disney. You were Minnie Mouse for Disney. How does Minnie Mouse for Disney end up becoming a porn star?
Well, I've always had like a sexual side. My first like introduction to porn, when I was 19, I got dared to go pose for some naked pictures, and I went to this dentist office in the middle of like somewhere out in Massachusetts, and we took naked photos of me, and they got published in High Society. And High Society magazine offered me to come out to California, and at the time I said no. So I didn't even think about it anymore, and it was kind of like this big joke. The magazine came out like, holy shit, you know, you got published. And then I went like back to school. And I moved to San Francisco later on, and somebody that I was dating was involved in the porn industry. And I didn't know it at the time, and someone didn't show up, and they're like, hey, you know, you want to come like get your rent paid, and you know, we'll just have sex on camera. And at that time it was just DVDs. The internet wasn't like prevalent for porn.
Right.
Or if it was, I mean, it wasn't being used like that, you
Right.
know? And so I went, I shot. It was very comfortable, small environment, like room like this with about the same
No
amount of
problem
people.
with that.
No problem. And I made really good money. And
But do your parents want to kill themselves?
oh no, my mom was completely fine with it. She actually started sending me clothing to wear on set after I told her, which was a bit awkward because then I actually wore it to set. So I was like, yeah, I really like that. I'm like, my mom got it for me. I'm like, oh, this is awkward.
And, all right, it's weird that your mom be okay, but what do you want your dad? Your dad can't be comfortable with it. There's no way.
He doesn't mind, you know, like, we talk about it, and...
Really?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, like, we don't talk about the nitty-gritty, but, you know...
I'm amazed by that. Completely shocked by that.
You know, my dad and I, we've both always been extremely, like, independent people.
So you grew up in a very open house, like a very liberal.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like... Usually when you hear the story of a porn star, it's because something terrible happened in her life. There's some trauma that led her down that road. But not for you. You were Minnie Mouse. You were Minnie Mouse. I mean, not many people go from being Minnie Mouse to an adult film star.
Yeah, I mean, it's sex. Get over it. You know?
But that takes me back to my initial point. There's porn and then there's porn. Like what do you have any limit? Like it seems like you are comfortable doing almost anything on camera.
Well, I mean, there's things I wouldn't do. Like, I didn't do, like, gangbangs. Like, I do girl gangbangs where it's all girls.
Right. But you wouldn't have a bunch of guys line up.
No.
Do they do what do they call them? Mandingo parties?
Mandingo parties.
Did you ever hear that?
I've not heard, I know who Mandingo is, but I've never heard of a Mandingo
Let me tell you, because you may be interested. A Mandingo party is when you take a lot of muscular black men and they line up and one at a time has their
like they
way
run
with
train.
you. Like and it's like Mandingo warriors. You know, in Africa they would have the Mandingo warriors, so they call them Mandingo parties, and they yeah.
Interesting.
And
you just taught me something.
Would that be going?
No.
That wouldn't be something you'd be interested in.
No.
And
like I haven't done like DPs, like double penetration.
See, they pay a lot for that though, right?
Yeah, but it's not I mean, it is about the money, but it's not about the money. It's like I have my own limits and what I'm sexually like interested in and exploring, and that never really.
How do people make money anymore? Because I have to tell you, I have my little web URLs I go to in the morning, every morning.
For your 10 seconds.
For my 10 seconds, and it doesn't cost me a penny. I go. I'll tell you, Pornhub is a favorite of mine. It's one of my, and it's free. So how do you make money? Like, how do you earn money?
I haven't performed in 3 years, if that tells you anything.
Really?
Yeah.
So, really?
Really.
So there is no. I mean, you can't. It's hard to make money now. Like you can't.
It's not the same. I mean, it's definitely changed. I feel it's very similar to music and other industries. It's like you really have to go out now and interact more, and
you got to be very fan friendly. Like you really have to market yourself to your fans. But the days of Vivid, when you think of Vivid Video, the contract actresses, you know, the Jenna Jamesons and all that. Is that over with now?
I mean, there's still some like Adam and Eve and Vivid and Wicked still have contract girls, and they do the feature dancing and the show signing, and like they're very dependable to have those stars. So you build a relationship.
But do people actually still go out and buy their videos, even though they can get
at the trade shows and at the strip clubs?
But not like it used to be. Like it used to be.
Oh no, not like at the DVD store. Why leave if it's right there?
But you know what? It's like eventually, if you do the math, we're going to run out of porn. Because sooner or later, we would have watched all the porn videos that are out there over and over again. New porn has to get made eventually, right? We can't just keep watching, or can we just keep watching the same thing over and over again?
Well, I mean, I've been in like 600 films, so you can watch me 2 days, almost every day for 2 years.
600 films?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But then there's also webcams, and there's so many people that, like porn is popular now. You know, it's not this like, ooh, that's
It's
porn.
mainstream, right? Like,
It's getting there. It's more accepted. I wouldn't still call it mainstream. I mean,
know how I my first porn, you know how I watched it? In a movie theater. You had to actually
like
go to...
Pee Wee Herman.
You had to actually sit in a movie theater, and it had like the thing out front that had the title of the movie, the marquee, and you'd get popcorn and you'd sit there and watch the movie.
You know, I'd probably watch porn if I could watch it like that.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't watch porn?
No.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back after this break. Okay, we're back. We're talking to adult film legend Lexi Love. You are a legend. You were just saying before the break that you don't actually watch porn.
No.
Now, I find that odd that you wouldn't watch porn. You would think you'd watch it.
I know everybody. What am I going to watch off to?
Have you ever had sex with Ron Jeremy?
I have.
Why? What is it about Ron? Who hasn't? First of all, who hasn't had sex with Ron Jeremy? And how does he last so long, no pun intended, in the adult film industry? He's not a young man anymore. You know, he's been around.
He has
Why do we still watch movies of Ron Jeremy?
1, he's funny. 2, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And 3, like, people know him. It's just like your regular movie stars. You know, it's like you're accustomed to seeing the same person. You have an emotional and psychological like attachment to him.
See, I think what it is that the average guy watching porn wants to feel that maybe that beautiful girl would want him, and if they're with Ron, maybe they would be with me too.
Or, you know, you could be completely right and 100% right on that.
Right?
Yeah.
I judged the contest up in Canada with Ron Jeremy, a strip club contest, and I couldn't believe it. Every girl in the club wanted to have sex with Ron Jeremy. He took about 5 girls into a coat room and had sex with them because they wanted to have that experience. It's like people just want to have sex with them just to say they did it.
I know.
It's amazing to me.
You know, it's funny, when I was shooting, I handed you promo material for the game beforehand, and one of the girls, like, wanted to have sex with Ron Jeremy, and she was having sex with him, and she's like, oh my god, I'm having sex with Ron Jeremy!
Right? It's a big deal. I could imagine having that life where people wanted to have, like, just strange women wanted to have sex with me. I can't imagine having sex with anybody.
Come on, I'm sure you've been
No,
such
look at this. Look at this face. Do you think this face has sex? This face does not get a lot of sex.
We're gonna have to teach you.
Really? Like, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong.
You're doing something
wrong?
wrong?
I just think it's that I'm so pale and so funny looking.
I don't think you're pale or funny looking.
No?
No.
I see myself as a very pale, funny looking person.
Okay, then first we need to work on your self-image.
I have zero. I always feel like I am the whitest, strangest looking guy in the room wherever I go.
Okay, then that's where the problem starts.
Is that it?
That's it.
And women feel that, right? They can sense that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Confidence
kryptonite.
thing.
I have no self-confidence.
Then we gotta fix that.
Yeah. So you really, I hate to say this, but it would be a good gesture on your part. It would be charitable, just to have sex with me to build my confidence, because it's been so long that it would be like.
This is the best pickup line yet.
It would just be a nice thing to do. It would be like karma points. You know what I mean?
How about I be your wing girl and get you laid? We'll just see how many people
could
we
you
can get you to have sex with.
could you do that? Could you take me out and get me laid?
Probably.
What would you do? Like, how would you do it? If we're in a bar, what would you say to get me laid? You'd have to act like you're interested in me, and maybe that would get other girls interested.
Well, just showing up with a hot girl is like half the battle, because then you're going to be
showing up with Britney Spears.
Yes.
I don't think you could do it.
You're going to spook
we'll
me.
we'll have to give it a try. But you just mentioned your game. So you brought this game in called Uncle Don's, how do you say it? Exotic Interludes.
I did.
Is that like a sex game? Is that what you... So if you're having friends over, like say you're having a couple of girls, a couple of guys, would it turn into an orgy if you play this game?
It can. We have cards in there to help you keep your clothes on if you're a little timid and shy and don't want to like go all the way. But can I take this down?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's like strip poker meets Monopoly meets sex.
No, we should have done. We should have played this game on the air. We should have had me, you, and the 2 producers should have sat here and played this game.
We still have time.
We have 3 funny-looking naked guys, and you'd be here fully clothed, laughing at them.
Here's the men card, and here's the ladies card, and like you can there's property and stuff like that in here as well, so you can trade rent and blowjobs or hugs or kisses or.
So it's actually it's like Monopoly.
Yeah.
But instead of buying property, it's kind of sexual.
Exactly, and it doesn't like I said, how there's keep your clothing on, so you can take the game as far as not far as you want. You even have that in the directions.
Does your dick have a name?
Does your dick have a name?
It doesn't have a name actually. What is your favorite sexual position?
What is it?
Oh, I can tell you right now. You know what mine is? 69. On bottom.
On bottom?
Yeah, that's what I like.
Because the girls can deep throat your cock better?
You know what it is? All right, I'm going to show you something right now. And when I show you...
show me
No, I'm not going to show you... Well, I'm going to show you something. And you tell me if I could be in a porn movie.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You ready? I'm going to show you something. And I want you to be truthful.
Okay.
Because this is why I like 69. Okay, here we go. Yeah, be truthful.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Is that impressive or is that silly? Like,
That's great.
Is that good enough?
You don't even need a wing girl. You have that.
No girl looks at that and says, I want to take him home. They just don't. Unless you look like Johnny Depp and you do that. You still have to look at this face you don't have to look at this face,
exactly.
I guess you do. But could that tongue be in a porn with that? Could I make money with that tongue?
Yeah, you probably could just do all oral videos.
Just oral videos and have be like a famous tongue guy.
Yeah.
Like have like a pseudonym like Tongue Man or something, or Gene Simmons, but like a porn Gene Simmons name. Gene Spermans or something, or Gene Oralmans, or could I do it? How would I do it? What would I do? Be my manager. How about that?
Okay.
Get me the.
Well, you already have production and lighting, so you're happy.
Yeah, but how do you make money? Like, what are you gonna do? I want to get past. I want someone to say, "Oh my God, he's like the Cary Grant of porn with that tongue." Like, we have to sign him up, give him.
Well, you just do it for yourself. You're not looking for some company to latch onto. You just do it yourself.
And then, how do you sell it? What do you do?
Well, you open up.
We're having a business meeting now on
I know,
camera. This
I
is
know.
like we'll have our meeting during dinner.
Okay.
We'll talk about.
Okay.
All right. So what else? What is your? Something like that. Have you ever had phone or cyber sex? I have.
Which one?
I've had both.
And which do you like better?
I think I like cyber sex better. Yeah, I like cyber sex.
Like Skype chat masturbation style?
I never do Skype. Oh no, please, for God's sake. I like text message.
Okay.
Sex.
Text sex.
Yeah.
Sexting.
Yeah. When you pick up a guy, like when you date a guy, is it hard being a porn star? Is it like, does a guy think because of what you do for a living, it changes the whole relationship? Or can someone just date you normally without that being a problem?
So this is funny because this has been like an ongoing like question lately. Like even my friends like wrote me an email recently about this.
Yes.
I used to be married and I got separated, in 2008, and I really haven't had like a dating relationship since then.
Since you haven't had a boyfriend since 2008?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How is that possible?
I'm really busy.
Do you want a boyfriend?
I don't know. It takes a lot of time and effort, and also like living in cities like San Francisco and New York, and everybody's really busy.
That seems so lonely. It seems like a lonely existence.
I have a lot of really good friends, and it's like wanting a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I feel is kind of codependent.
Are you bisexual?
Yes.
So you can have a girlfriend too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't say like, oh, I want a boyfriend. I would like someone I can share aspects of my life with and things like that. But if I just want a boyfriend or girlfriend, I feel it's very codependent. I may as well just like want a pillow to sleep next to.
All right. Say you have a boyfriend, and because you're bisexual, if that guy is open-minded, would you bring home girls, or that would be no?
Of course.
You would.
I would.
Oh my God! So dating you would be like a dream. Living with you would be a dream.
Yeah.
The sex would be amazing, and it would be like crazy times. Like, would you go to swing clubs and all that stuff, or
I'm
or
not,
you can't? You're too famous for that. Like, you can't.
Well, I've been hired like to host parties at swing clubs and stuff. I would go to like I'm more of a voyeur when it comes to things like that. But it would be more like a private.
Would
party.
you let your boyfriend sleep with another woman?
Of course. I don't think, even when I was married, we had an open relationship. You just have
Really?
to tell me and wrap it up. And no girlfriends.
How hard is it to find a girl? Like, if you go out, say we were dating, say we're in a relationship, and after the show, I say to you, boy, it would be great to have a threesome tonight. Can you bring home a girl? How easy or hard is that to do?
That kind of attitude, can you just bring home a girl?
I messed it up already. See, already I ruined. We broke up. We already broke up. We dated for 8 seconds.
No, but I'm saying that it's like people think, oh, can you bring home a girl? It's
Yes.
not like about bringing home a girl. It's about wanting to share intimacy with another person.
How do I just ask? How do I make it happen?
See,
what do I got to say?
There you go. You get the game.
So I got to go home and got to say, can we play the game tonight? Like, I have to look for cards and. No,
and I think that's
come
where
on.
I think that's where most men mess up, is like that they want just to have another girl in their body, where they don't understand for most women it's not about fucking a girl.
It's so hard to make happen. Even though you're willing to do it, it would be hard to make happen.
Well, see, you're not trying to make it happen; it just happens. Trying to make things happen is kind of like.
All right, can we have an agreement that it happens 3 times a week, and I don't know when? Like, it just happens. You pick the days, and. Okay, this is what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, when we're dating. You go out, and I stay home, and I go to bed, and I wonder if you're going to come home with another woman, and I wake up with 2 women in bed.
And you're doing the dishes and the laundry? And
I'll do anything. I'll do it all. I'll do anything. I will do anything for that experience.
How about you go out? I stay home.
Because nothing's
You bring
gonna
home
happen. Because if I go out, there's gonna be nobody coming home. It's gonna be me coming home 5 hours later, probably drunk, alone.
If you go out with that attitude, yeah.
I'm not gonna find anybody to come home. You have to do it. See, we're already having our first argument.
I know.
Your name on the internet, LexiLove.com. You had a fight for that name.
I did.
But you won.
I did.
Nobody wins that. You actually won that. Like, people usually don't get their names. Famous stars a lot of times don't get their name. You got your name. How did you do it?
I have a really great attorney. I'm very persistent, and I kept on it. And well, also I called the guy. I'm like, this is how much it's going to cost me to sue you. How about I just give you that money? I offered him. I'm like, let me just give you this money. I don't have to sue you, and you give me back my domain.
Right.
And he said no, and I said, are you sure? I'm going to give you 2 weeks to think about it. I contacted him again 2 weeks later. I'm like, offer is still on the table. I'm about to proceed. And he said no. So I got my attorney, and we reached out to ICANN and did everything I needed to do, got all my papers together, and I won. But I was very lucky because this cyber squatter has like 400 plus like cases pending against him with Disney, Pillsbury, Delta. Like, he's a professional cyber squatter.
Right, they just scoop up your name and they just hold it. So, but is your site now making you a lot of money? Like, do you have to work? You don't have to get a job. Like, you're probably a millionaire, right?
If I hadn't been married in a community property state, I would have been.
Really? So you had to give your husband half your money?
It's a long story.
But can you still make?
My site doesn't make any money right now. It's just a blog, and I have my video on demand up on there, but I don't really push it.
What is it? All right, I'm going to ask you point blank, and I want you to be honest with me.
Okay.
You have these movies out. You're a well-known adult film star. I'm an Arab sheik. I live in Saudi Arabia. I have billions of dollars. Billions. I have a harem. I sleep on red cushions, and I have a carpet underneath me, with a little frilly. I want you to come to Saudi Arabia and spend 2 weeks in my harem. And you do whatever I tell you to do. What is that going to cost me?
Well, see, I don't. You can bring me over. Saying I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do is like.
What's it going to cost to make that happen? Like, to make that. Money's no object. Like, I can afford anything in the world. That's what I want. What's it going to cost me? I'm flying you in my private jet. My private jet's picking you up in New York. Flying you to Egypt, where I'll be staying. I want anything to happen for 2 weeks in a harem with you. That's my dream. That's my wish. I can afford it. What's the rate?
It really depends on.
$1 million. 2 weeks, $1 million.
I'd do it for $1 million.
$1 million, I get you for 2 weeks, and you have to do everything I ask you to do. All right, so for $1 million, what? What, now no? No? You just said yes. Now it's no?
Well, anything you have to do. It's like a big. It's a big.
You know what I would do for $1 million? I think I'd cut my mother's jugular vein.
You know what, though?
I think I would. For $1 million?
I'm sorry to hear that.
She's even more sorry.
The thing is like it's sex. It's like I've already been paid to do a lot of sex on camera, right?
Yes.
So the thing is, when somebody says anything they'd want me to do, I'm like,
All right, not anything. Let's take that off the table. But I want you just to give me a good time. I want to make sure I'm going to have a good time for $1 million if I have you there for 2 weeks. It's going to be the greatest 2 weeks of my life.
It would be, too.
It really would be.
It would be.
All right, so I'm not an Arab sheik. I have limited funds, obviously. 10 grand? Anything happening? Maybe 3 days instead of 2 weeks? 10 grand?
It's a rather odd conversation.
But what you asked me then you asked me that question. Like, say, Chaunce, what would it cost for you to come over and show me a good...
Yeah, but it's different.
Why? What? Why is it different? I have my rates. I can tell you what I charge.
Okay, what do you charge?
What do you want? Tell me what you want.
What won't you do for $1 million?
There's nothing I won't do for $1 million. For $1 million, there's nothing I won't. We could sit here and try and figure out what I won't do, and it could take all night. I don't think there's
I've got
nothing
a
I
pretty
won't.
decent imagination.
For 10 grand, no, I have things I will and won't do. But for 10 grand, I will do almost anything.
Really?
What do you want? What do you want? You need something. Tell me what you need me to do, and I'll tell you what it costs. You give me a job to do, and I'll tell you what it's going to cost you.
I don't know. I've always been like not so great at business. I hire
Really?
other people for that.
Well, all right. To lick the boogers out of your nose.
But I wouldn't want you to do that.
You know what it would
I would
cost
think
you?
that would be rather
Really? It's on my
uncomfortable.
menu.
It would be rather uncomfortable.
It's
for
a,
me.
no. Do you have a cold?
Especially since you have a long tongue. I'd be
I could
invasive.
clean out. You never had a nasal tongue massage.
No.
Never.
No.
You have no
I
interest
don't
in
even
nasal
like,
tongue
the idea of
massages.
neti pots.
What is that called?
Neti pots?
What is that?
Where you like dump salt and water into your nose and it comes out the other side to clean it. Oh, just the idea, like.
I've never heard of that.
It's really holistic.
I will. Okay. I will. Oh, I can't say it on camera. There's a lot I would do for very little money.
Let's see.
You think about it. You tell me what you need. We'll talk about it later.
Let's see. Would you not let another player undress you? If so, ask for a volunteer.
No, that would actually. I pay for that kind of stuff. All right. Before I let you go.
Okay.
All right.
Am I being held hostage?
So we talked about a lot of things.
You're
What's
gonna
that?
Let me go? Am I being held hostage?
That door is locked. You're absolutely. All right. So that's another thing with the Arab Sheik. I was going to ask you. Are you ever worried that someone's going to kidnap you and bring you and sell you as a sex slave over in Europe? It happens every day. It happens to porn stars every single day.
Well, actually, I just came back from China, and I was like wondering. I wonder like how safe it is to be like out and like walking around, like because like I was also with one of my friends. My friend is from Nigeria, and he's dark skinned.
Oh, there you go.
And he was people were stopping us. And both of us are like, can we have your picture? And him more so than me.
Wait, you describe your friend as dark-skinned?
Mm-hmm.
So how would you describe me?
Light-skinned.
Am I your light-skinned friend?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Finish your story.
But it's just funny because I realize that they don't see too many dark-skinned people or
Right.
blondes. Like, you know.
You assume that you're a slave. You're being kidnapped.
No. I'm just saying, it's like, it's funny because you stand out so much, you know. But I don't really think there's that much to worry about.
Like,
unless
you're not worried about somebody putting a bag over your head and
I'm pretty feisty.
throwing you in a van and just driving off with you?
I'm pretty feisty.
Do you get stalkers? Do you get porn stalkers?
I have had some problems, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you got to be careful.
I do have to be careful, but I'm pretty aware of my environment, and most people are just curious.
It's not like you live in a gated community. Like, you're accessible.
Kind of.
So you do have to be careful.
I do have to be careful. You know, anybody has to be careful. You know, I think that I have no more risk than any other pretty girl out there. You know.
All right. So this is my last question to you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Lie. There's gonna be
No. This is gonna be it. What I was gonna ask, because a lot of people are watching this right now are fans of yours.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Big fans.
Fans of yours.
And no, no one's. If I was here by myself, there'd be nobody watching. They're fans of yours.
Okay.
Tell us one thing that you've never told anyone about yourself. Something about you that's so secret, that's so hidden deep, deep, deep inside you that you're going to confess to here and now for the first time. This is it. This is a major moment in your life. This is a confession that you've never told anyone ever. Here we go. Ready? All right, let's just get ready for it. Here it comes.
And I'm gonna disappoint you in this moment.
Here we go. Wait, not yet. Not yet. Let the tension build. Let it build. Let the tension build in the room. Go.
I've never worn a shirt with a little alligator on it.
All right, here we go again. Here it is. Ready? This is it. Go.
I peed across America.
You peed on America? Like your pee actually went across America?
Yes.
Like you peed so much that it just kept coming until it went across America, like a river?
Yes. I've driven across country many
Have you?
times. And
Have you had sex in every state in this country?
No. No.
Name the states you haven't had sex in. Quick.
Montana.
There you go.
I haven't been there.
That's the only state you haven't had sex in.
No, it's just the first one that came to my mind. There's Badlands there. I want to go see them.
Anyway, look, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're so sweet, and you're so nice.
I'm so dirty.
I can't. You know, you don't seem dirty. I don't believe it. I think you're not dirty.
Good.
I think it's all a scam. I don't even think that's you in the videos. I think that's your head superimposed.
Wow.
I don't even think
That
that.
would be great if I could hire someone else to do all the work like
You're
that.
probably a virgin.
I am.
Yeah. Anyway, no, you're beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on the show. What do you want to promote? Do you want to?
LexiLove.com.
Yeah.
ExoticInterludes.com. You can buy shot glasses and games on ExoticInterlude.com.
And there's no chance that my tongue is ever going to go up your nose.
Most likely not. I mean, if I was like dying and I needed you to like suck water or something out, then possibly.
All right, just checking.
So
All right.
no drowning me, okay?
No waterboarding.
Yeah, no
All
waterboarding.
right. There you go. That's a secret we didn't know. That's something you don't do. Waterboarding.
Don't do waterboarding.
Lexi, love everybody. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank
You've
you
been
for
watching the
having me.
Chauncey Hayden Show on the GFQ Network. We'll be back next week. Lexi, love.